Karma.
Sorry, Princess, but I'm not in the mood to talk.
Those girls are walking right behind us. This is his curse? Karma!
Elion, I just said that I'm in no mood to talk. Did you not hear me?
We're being followed.
Oh boy.
I leave the room with Karma, and he leaves the tavern as I go to find Parfait and Delora. The two of them are seated together in the reception, speaking in hushed voices when I arrive. They both pause to look up at me as I walk into the room. Well, well, if it isn't the princess. Took you long enough to come see us.
Anise told us you were unharmed. We're glad to see you safe, Princess.
So how about telling us what happened? When prompted, I tell them everything that transpired in the alleyway. The two listen and only exchange a solemn glance when I'm done. Do you know something about all of this that I don't? Why would the witches be after me in the first place?
Papa.
Do you remember what we said about the Tenebrarum corrupting witches? Well, those witches don't like seeing curses broken. They meddle where they can because they can.
That is why I cast a glamour on you when you arrived here, so you could remain hidden from magical eyes. I did it to protect you.
To protect me? I feel like there's more to this that they're hiding, but I don't think any amount of convincing will get them to say anything.
Forgive us, Princess. We're not entirely sure what's going on either. Though if it was a human that captured you, he must be working with the witches somehow.
Troublesome, to say the least. But we don't know the details yet. Give us some time to figure things out.
Until we figure out who that man is and who he was working for. Oh, I need to understand you need to have an escort out with you at the Martian at all times. Do you understand?
And once you figure it out, you will tell me? The two exchange another look, which only makes me more frustrated. They're obviously keeping secrets and right in front of me. We'll tell you once everything falls into place.
Don't worry, Princess. We would never let you be put in any danger.
The silence is what ends our conversation. I make my way back to my room, feet heavy. I feel like a fly caught in a spider's web. I try my best to clear my mind as I return to my room. The days go by slowly, and I make no progress with my curse. Karma is busy with the knights today, and Delora and Parfait are busy talking with Rumpel about his curse in his room. Tonight is the perfect night to go and wander the town by myself. Oh, Elion, I don't think that's a good idea.
That's a bad time.
I need to see if I can find out anything about the witches and what is happening around the kingdom. Delora and Parfait are not going to tell me anything, and no one has wanted to take me out of the Martian since the kidnapping attempt. These thoughts spiral helplessly in my mind as I sit at a table. I've just finished working for the day, and the activity in the Martian is beginning to wind down. Garland stands at the door as the last few customers leave the Martian. Jurian is walking around the room to make sure there are no problems. Out of the corner of my eyes, I notice two men pause halfway across the room to glance back at her. I can overhear their words from where I am.
Yeah, shame that she's a knight, Dad. Yeah.
She's the proud type, too proud to let a man dote on her.
Bleeding shame, indeed, yeah. Do you think if I try to say something to her, yeah? You too.
Garland is suddenly standing behind the two men, an uncharacteristically dark glare on his face.
Is there a problem?
Doors are closing for the night. I'm gonna have to ask you to please leave. No need to be so uptight, lad. Yeah, we're on our way out right now.
The two men walk out, and Garland stands in the middle of the tavern area, glaring after them. He more or less pushed them out of the tavern. If Anise had seen that, she'd probably have scolded him.
Garland. You okay? Of course. You think you can fool me. I've known you long enough to know that something's bothering you.
Neither of the knights seem to notice me here. If they do, they ignore me. Jurian is still looking insistently at Garland, who looks down at the floor. Is he going to say something to her? Garland says nothing, though. He looks at a loss for words. Finally, Jurian reaches out and pokes his shoulder, and he looks up startled.
Still the same as always. A silent, watchful knight. Only says things with certainty when he knows they're the truth. Even the princess is waiting for you to say something.
Both knights turn to look at me, and Garland seems surprised. I raise an eyebrow at him, and he hurriedly looks away.
Patrol's starting soon. I'll head out first. Okay. Stay safe.
Garland nods at her with a little smile before he leaves the tavern.
Going to sleep soon, princess?
I was just going to head up. I stand up and get ready to move up to my room, but stop once more to look at Jurian. Did you hear what those men were saying?
Oh, about me being too proud of something.
So she did hear them, but chose to say nothing.
It doesn't bother me. They're right. I've been independent for a long time, and I would never think about pledging my safety to a man I barely know. I could take care of myself.
Blunt and to the point, Jurian was really admired for that honesty in the palace.
The only other men I've trusted there before are my fellow knights. Garland most of all, since we've always been partners.
She does not explain any further. I decide that's for the better. The sooner everyone has cleared out, the sooner I can leave the Martian. Tonight is the night I go looking for answers.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sorry, Karma. But I can handle myself. I'm going to prove it tonight. I may not be able to fight, but I can still be cautious enough not to land myself into any trouble. Still, I do not happen to hear much of anything as I'm exploring the town tonight. I should have brought along some kind of weapon, but then I would have had to steal a knife from the kitchen. I'm not a thief. She's still sensitive about what the people in town said to her when she was begging.
Oh, that's so sad.
Hours pass before I pass a tavern filled with knights. Deciding that I will at least listen to what's happening at the palace, I linger by the open door and listen to what the men are saying.
I hear the young Fritz is having a hard time of it.
I feel bad for the lad. Even Sir Alcaster thinks he's gone mad.
Well, he does keep talking about a princess that doesn't exist. Oh no, Fritz.
Fritz. Fritz still remembers me. But how?
Even his father's growing weary of his babbling.
Sir Mithros forced him on break the other day. He didn't seem happy.
Well, Sir Mithros must think he's crazy too. Poor Fritz.
Can you keep a secret? The knights look at each other and I lean in as close as I possibly can. Apparently the boy spoke some truth. Though Sir Alcaster doesn't quite believe it, he's looking for the daughter of the previous queen.
The witch had a daughter?
The previous queen? Are they talking about Mother? How dare they call her a witch? Apparently she did, though I don't ever remember such a girl. This is top secret stuff. I just happened to wrestle this out of one of the lackeys looking for her.
What would Sir Alcaster need this girl for?
I'm assuming she's dangerous and that they want to get rid of her. Are they talking about me?
I'm curious how he's supposed to find this imaginary princess anyway. Does she have any features?
Aye, they described her features. Last man who went looking for her said she wore a special pendant around her neck. That's it. Not the red hair, the very distinctive ponytail. That's all you got? I should get out of here. Oh, for fuck's sake!
God damn it,
Elyon! I turn to leave the tavern, but my cloak snags on the door and falls to the floor, tripping me up in the process. I end up falling halfway into the tavern, where the chatter abruptly stops.
Oh boy. Is this? Oh, a lady!
The knights that were talking approach me. One of them picks up my cloak. I attempt to grab my cloak from their fingers, but they pull it away from me and I stumble into one of them.
Madam!
He moves to take my hand, and then he stops when he sees my face. Her face! And a necklace! You think she was spying on us?
Witch!
One of the knights grabs me by the wrist and pulls me towards him. He is far stronger than the man in the alleyway was. Unhand me right now! I'm no witch!
And there's been no problem. We're just gonna take you in if there's some big misunderstanding. We'll repay you ourselves, miss.
I don't want your payment. Fuck off.
No, let me go. This behavior is not fitting of the knight.
Come on, miss, let's go back quietly.
We're gonna fight?
Would that do any good? There's 2 of them. They're far stronger than the guy who almost already got us.
Well, last time we tried to fight, we got nada. I don't know. Wait, why am I saying? I don't know. No matter what I do, nothing ever seems to be enough for you. You don't want to lose it again. I'm not like them. I don't know. What do you think? You think we should try to convince them that you're the wrong gal?
Fighting is obviously not gonna work. I mean, we're 1 person against 2 palace knights.
Worked last time.
For like
Look,
2
I'm like,
seconds.
either way, karma's gonna drop in or
Probably.
something.
Try to convince them?
But fine, we'll try to convince them in the meantime.
Fighting back is useless when I'm outnumbered. I have to try convincing them that I'm not who they think I am. You are mistaken, sirs. I happened to overhear your conversation, and assuming I'm some imaginary princess is unreasonable. The knights look at each other.
You know, she has a point.
She was listening in on our conversation. That's clearly suspicious. Did you not hear what I just said? I happened to overhear it, nothing more.
You were cloaked as if you're trying to hide your features.
Being out at night without a cloak is a sure way to draw attention to a lady such as myself.
You know, she has a point.
Stop saying that, man!
I'm sorry, she's got a point.
Karma will remember that.
Then, ma'am, there should be no problem with us taking you back to the palace. If we are mistaken, we'll clear up the misunderstanding and pay you handsomely.
Come on, let's take her to the palace.
Don't do that.
Help.
Please don't. God damn it.
The knights lead me out into the empty streets. Why? Why did I have to be so stubborn? The knights continue pulling me down the path until we come to a narrow street. Everyone who sees us walks away to avoid the night. There's fear in their eyes. But I've done nothing wrong.
Ma'am, if it makes you feel any better, we're risking our rank on this as well.
I don't know, I'm suspicious of...
Who goes there?
Oh,
I
thank
look
God.
up and notice Karma's familiar figure walking towards us. What is he doing here? And why isn't he in disguise?
Gentlemen, I'll ask you to unhand that woman. As a knight, I would be ashamed to be seen treating a lady so terribly.
And who are you?
Her husband.
Oh. His what?
Unhand her, gentlemen, or taste my blade.
Sir, we're just gonna take her to the palace to...
I will give you on the count of 3.
One knight keeps his grip on me as the other draws his sword. I stare at Karma, who continues to count, though the knight attacks him before his sword leaves his sheath. Karma and the knight trade blows, but it is Karma that comes out victorious. His blade slides past the knight's shoulder, distracting him enough to give Karma the opening he needs. Karma reaches back with his free hand to knock the knight out with a blow to the head.
Rip.
Shit. It
Shit dog.
may just be my imagination, but for a few moments I think I see the knight's blade glimmer across the surface of Karma's hand before he falls. The knight holding me up holds his hands up in surrender.
I yield, sir.
Seems no matter how the situation turns out, you are dishonorable.
Please, sir.
Oh! Oh shit!
Please, Karma. Karma, please!
Karma knocks him out
Wowzers.
and then stands beside me as he sheaths his sword. Karma,
A few moments, Elion.
Karma spends some time forcing a potion from a vial down each of the knights' throats. I watch him quietly, fearing he might have killed them, but the knights only seem to be asleep.
A potion that Parfait gave me. It'll make the men forget they ever
Oh
saw
my
you.
God. When Karma stands again, I notice the glimmer of blood on his hand and stare. You're hurt.
You know, it's nothing.
I'm sorry.
Oh, come on, princess, let's go back.
He pulls me right out onto the main street and does not let go of my hand. I cannot bring myself to speak. Karma has saved me twice now. Not only that, but this time he's injured. He says nothing, but his bloodied hand does not move at all. Why do I have to be so stubborn and insist I can handle myself? I did not speak for a long time. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Eventually, I noticed people start to stare.
Fuck.
Oh boy.
Oh no! Cause he's in not. Yeah!
He's a dude guy.
Don't be a dude, guys.
Before
Bad.
long, the staring grows worse. Young women begin following us, giggling from behind. I turn to Karma, who looks like he hasn't slept in days. Karma,
Sorry, Princess, but I'm not in the mood to talk.
those girls are walking right behind us. This is his curse? Karma,
Elion, I just said that I'm in no mood to talk. Did you not hear me?
we're being followed.
Oh boy.
He stares behind us almost stupidly and then laughs hollowly when the girls see his face. They start to rush towards us, their voices rising and blending together in a horrendous cacophony.
Well, shit.
Karma's not moving though, he looks resigned. This poor boy.
Oh, shit.
Maybe he's too tired to realize what he wants to do. I tighten my grip on Karma's hand and pull him away, my pace quickening to a run as the girls chase after us, screaming at me angrily for taking Karma away from them.
Elion, what are you doing?
Getting us out of here. Hell yeah.
Elion!
I lead him through the town and into the little nooks and crannies where we managed to lose some of the crowd. Karma often led me through some of the spaces as shortcuts. Waltz knew them too. Once we're alone again, I stop, falling to my knees and letting go of Karma's hand as I catch my breath. That really was a curse, having to run away from so many mindless women. That was difficult.
Elion?
What? I did not mean to snap, but the tiredness is pressing on me, too.
You helped me out of that.
Of course I did. Why would I want to be chased by girls?
You could have left me behind and gone on alone. Instead, you helped me.
You helped me, too. I guess I paid you back. Though, to be honest, I wasn't even thinking about repaying him for saving me. I just knew that I didn't want Karma to be stuck trying to fend off all those girls. He was right about his curse. That is terrible. I just realized something. Carmen kneels down beside me and waits for me to speak. My curse has people forget me, and yours has even strangers become fascinated with you. It's almost like our curses are opposites of each other, and yet we seem so similar. My eyes widen when I realize what I just said.
We are similar, aren't we?
He holds out his good hand to me, and I let him lead me back to the tavern through the abandoned alleyways. Aww!
Ah.
My feet are heavy, and all I want to do is sleep. But suddenly Karma's standing before me, his face grave.
Elion, I have to help you. Thank you for helping me earlier. I'm sorry I froze like that, and I made it more difficult on you. I was so sudden, and I was so tired I had no motivation to move.
Shouldn't I be thanking you?
I'll accept your thanks, even though I wish you didn't have to thank me in the first place. You should not have gone out on your own when you knew how dangerous it could be for you.
I'm sorry.
I'll accept your apology too, because I lost sleep over this.
I have no words for how I feel right now.
Princess.
Oh!
Ah.
Karma reaches for my hand again, and this time he holds it up and kisses the back of it. Suddenly, all of my tiredness falls away.
You really are a handful. But a delightful handful. I'm going to bandage this hand, and then rest. We'll speak later about all of this, okay?
But the blood.
The bleeding has stopped on its own, Elion. But it does need to be treated. Don't worry. It'll be fine.
Are you sure?
As sure as I can be. I don't lie, not even for the sake of a pretty lady.
You really think I'm pretty?
Oh.
Karma lets go of my hand as soon as we enter the Martian, and then bows politely to me before heading back to his room. I watch him go, my mind whirling. Does he usually kiss women's hands?
Maybe.
No, I don't think so.